To live a fervent prayers life, there is a law that you must maintain. So if you must live in a fervent prayers life, the first law that you must maintain, you must be spiritual, because the Bible says God is a spirit. So anyone that comes to God must come to him in spirit and in truth. So that law of spirituality, you must engage in that law before you be able to live a fervent prayers life. The reason why our prayer is being distracted so many times is because we are not living in that law of spirituality. So you can't attain that dimension in which you'll be walking with God day and night. Because when we are talking about prayer, it is spirit conversing with spirit, because God is spirit, and in prayer we communicate God. So before you be able to live in that fervent prayers life with God, then you must be spiritual. And before you be able to be spiritual, anything that's dealt with spirit is dealt with sacrifices and ritual. So the sacrifice you must take out is you must be holy in all ways, because the Bible said we should present our body as a living sacrifice unto God and also acceptable unto him. And this sacrifice, it must be a reasonable one. So being a Christian that want to live in a fervent prayers life, your body must be sacrificed unto God. It is when that body is being sacrificed unto God, that is when you'll be able to live in a life in which the devil can't intimidate you. Because if the devil succeeded in intimidating you, then your prayer life, it can't be fervent. You will be in today and you'll be out tomorrow. That's why many people, when you open your mouth to pray, you fall asleep. When you open your mouth to pray, before you know, you'll be distracted with the engagement of life. The reason is because since you are not doing that ritual, since you are not sacrificing your body unto God, when you open your mouth to pray, the engagement of life and the things of life, it will come into your thought, and your mind, it will blow away from what you are there to do. So before your life or your prayer will be fervent in the altar of prayer all the time, is when you succeed in sacrificing your body unto God. In that sacrifice, sin will be part away. Weight will also be part away, because sins and weight, they will block your frequency in the spiritual realm. So your prayer, it can't go God's presence. That is the reason why many prayers today are left without answer. You pray, but there's no answer. The reason is because the frequency in which you're supposed to pass through to God's presence, to draw God onto your altar and to communicate with him, that frequency is being blocked by weight and sin. So the Bible encourages us that we should lay that weight and that sin that easily beset us aside. It is when this is succeeded before we'll be able to be spiritual. And it is when we are spiritual before we'll be able to maintain the frequency of fervent prayer life. And it is when this fervent prayers life is being maintained before we'll be able to engage God in our secret altar, before we'll be able to live a lively life in our secret altar. And it is when our altar is lively that is when it can attend to the core of authority. That is when it can be able to stand, and the devil, he will flee. If not until the devil sees you and flee from your altar, you can't live a life of prayer. That is the reason why many people today, they love prayer, but they can't pray. That is the reason why many people, they love prayer, but they can't open their mouth to ask God of something. Rather, they go to someone. The reason is because they fail to engage God in their prayers life, and they fail because they don't understand the law of living a fervent prayers life. The law of living a fervent prayer life is you must be spiritual. And the things that guided that spirituality is sacrifice and ritual. And that sacrifice is your body. You must submit it unto God. Until your body is being submitted unto God, lest God can be engaged